This feels like an absolute dream as the Toronto Blue Jays do something that not only did no one expect, that they have never done before, folks. They not only pulled off the best stretch of baseball we have seen in years, they do so, they make Jays history, and they move, most importantly, to number one in the AL East. And following what has been a disastrous year last year, to turn it around, have such a good year this year, and to put themselves in a position that all of us Jays fans have been waiting for since this Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. era started way back. Of course, it's just a regular season, not getting ahead of myself here, but seeing this team for the first time in years actually fight, actually care, and actually win ball games. We're going to break all of it down and discuss what it means going forward, as folks, we are witnessing not only, Jays history with this win, the first time they've ever swept the Yankees at home. We are witnessing just unbelievable baseball, and let's break it all down. But before we do, if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, you guys have been beasts with the support lately. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm losing my voice here, folks. I am going to be very excited in this video. Full transparency. Coming into this series, I was hoping for, you obviously want to win this series. You may be split. The Jays have been playing so well. The bullpen in this game was run down. You have Chris Bassitt battling. And man, oh man, we're going to dive into George Springer. We're going to dive into everything in this video. There's Nathan Lucas at bat, but I want to focus in right away on George Springer. Let's just dive right into it. And Keegan Matheson made a tweet here that kind of encompasses what most fans, I think at this point, are feeling. This is the man that George Springer signed a 6-year, $150 million contract to years ago. I never thought it would happen this way, but this is the guy, and these are the moments. And he hit a clutch home run. He's been hitting home runs. He hit 2 home runs. He went 3 for 4. And yes, he was known as a playoff performer coming into this. He hasn't had a horrible J stretch by any means, since he joined the team, but he hasn't been the George Springer that a lot of people expected. He is showing this season, not only that he is worth every penny that the Jays paid him, but he encompasses the city, encompasses everything about the Toronto Blue Jays. He encompasses the clutch gene. This team right now, you see, Vladdy goes 0 for 5. He's been struggling pretty mightily, in this series, 3 for 13 or 3 for 15. Everyone else is stepping up. In a game where Bichette didn't start, Andres Jimenez didn't start, you have Nathan Lucas, the pseudo leadoff man, coming in and hitting 3 for 5 with one of the best at-bats I have ever seen. He fouled off 9 pitches and capped a 14-pitch at-bat with a 2-run double off Clayton Beeter. I said it before the season started. If this team is going to do something special this year, they have to have contributions from people that we didn't expect. Nathan Lucas, unbelievable. Addison Barger with another home run, unbelievable. George Springer going from the worst spring training, like MLB history, or at least it seems like MLB history, hitting like under 150, under 100 almost, to turning into one of the best hitters in baseball, turning into the most... This series reminds me of 2015, 2016. I believe, way back there, someone in the comments right now, if you can remember and maybe find the date or something. I remember there was a doubleheader. This is years ago now, a decade ago in 2015 or 2016, where they were up against the Yankees in a doubleheader. They won both games and it just really propelled them from, onwards. Shout out to you guys. I'll like the comment and pin it if you guys find the exact game I'm talking about. I just remember it was a doubleheader. I think Marcus Stroman was starting, and they came back and they won both games in the doubleheader, and they propelled themselves the first in the East, I believe, back then. Right now, the Jays come in, they sweep the New York Yankees. I can't believe my eyes. And it's that much more emotional when you realize how, last year, us as Jays fans, like, the team was supposed to be good-ish, and they were terrible. Absolutely god-awful. They come out this year, and they're absolutely, this is the best stretch it is the most fun stretch of baseball I've had watching in an extremely long time. And I want to say as well, Chris Bassitt, just an absolute dog. He goes 5 2/3 and gives up 3 runs. Folks, the bullpen was not only ran through, it had shout out to Jeff Hoffman, but coming into this game, your only guys available were everybody they used minus Nick Sandlin. Jimmy Garcia was down. Most of your higher leverage guys were down, and you had to get through it with Braden Fisher, Chad Green, Justin Brule. I'm going to give Chad Green like a secondary MVP of this game, going 1 1/3 innings, 2 walks. He, had to face Aaron Judge, and of course they walked him, but he got out of the inning. And the first time he went up, and then he came back out, got a couple outs there. Like Justin Brule, he got a strikeout on a swinging hit by pitch. We'll take it at this point. Jeff Hoffman, 4th time pitching in 5 days. Easy, a fairly stress-free inning. And for what's been just an emotional season, an emotional roller coaster, every single one of these games is unironically been extremely emotionally draining, physically draining, mentally draining. but it's worth it. And this is what we watch baseball for. This is why we watched, and I made videos on every single game, not every single game last year, but every single day last year during the season, because you know moments like this are hopefully eventually going to happen. And they're coming into this year. Vladdy entering the season, obviously the big the conversation was about his contract. You have Bichette pending, free agent, Ross Atkins, John Schneider, Chris Bassitt, Kevin Gosse the year after this. You're thinking, this is it. Like, this is the year. You have to do it. Do they have enough offense? Do they have all of this? At this point, I am fully in on this team. I fully believe in it. They have the clutch gene. They have a bunch of guys who have stepped up. Alejandro Kirk's having a great year. Burge is having an unbelievable year. George Springer, unbelievable year. Nathan Lucas, unbelievable year. I'm not exaggerating here. So many guys. Miles Shaw just being unbelievable. How many times did I say that word? Defensively, I'm going to say it one more time. And just an unbelievable contribution all the way through, including guys like Chris Bassitt fighting. He knows the bullpen is cooked for this point because of the amount of the high leverage guys he used in yesterday's game. He knows it. He knows it. He pitches 113. He wanted to stay out there. Good call by John Schneider, who, I got to give him some props. You put in Justin Brule against a lefty and Cody Bellinger, who has like 1,100 OPS versus lefties. I hate it, but the right call worked. I got to give you a shout out. Keegan Matheson here. He said John Schneider and the Jays coaching staff are pushing all the right buttons with this lineup recently. So many of them have looked a little unusual, especially as they work around a few days without Bichette, but they just keep working. They worked. Nathan Lucas leadoff worked. Andres Jimenez leadoff worked. I got to give him props where it's due, and he's managed a great season. You can argue his bullpen decisions, and I've been the first one to call him out for it, but you can't argue the results. And this team is 11 games above 500. Ladies and gentlemen, I was doing videos. We all know, if you've been watching or keeping up, they were 8 games back of the New York Yankees. Like, we weren't even thinking about winning the AL East. Of course, obviously wanted to, but in the back of the head, it's like, okay, that's never going to happen, especially with this offense. The way this offense was at the start, halfway through the year. They've crawled all the way back. They gained 4 games in one weekend. 4 games in one weekend. And that's what happens when you play against really, really good teams. You have to play a great game. And guess what? They do it. And George Springer, through 81 games this season, you can see this here, has 149 WRC plus. It's 49% above average. Last year, 91. Year before, 105. He is the difference maker. George Springer is the reason right now that this team swept this series. You can give credit to some other guys. Ladies and gentlemen, just to put it in perspective here, Vladdy got 3 hits this entire series, which isn't very good. Bichette didn't play this entire series, aside from one pinch hit at bat tonight. He'll be back there tomorrow against the Angels. Apple TV game, by the way. Despite all that, virtually no contributions from Bichette or Vladdy. Vladdy had that one big hit. You sweep the series. And the Yankees, they weren't dealing with, I don't believe, at least a lot of injuries. Like Giancarlo Stanton was playing, Aaron Judge was playing. They have some guys, of course, down. And a fortunate injury to Clark Schmidt as well. Hopefully he is like elbow injuries. Hopefully he ends up being all good. You hate to see injuries of any kind from any side, especially a pitcher. With elbow stuff. Regardless of that, best wishes to him. The Jays pitching staff was good. You win. This is the game you don't expect to win. Of course, Samoria, Vease, and Lucas on the mound. You have to hope that you can salvage it. You got to just keep winning. You're playing a great stretch of games, I guess. Angels, White Sox, Athletics in the next 3 series before the All-Star break. Keep the foot on the gas. Get that 10-game win streak that we've all been waiting for. And folks, this is special. It feels like a dream. And you guys have been fantastic with the support. We're keeping you up to date every step of the way. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys are beasts. Cheers.